biggest challenge, I think there are a number of them. Firstly, I would say the low interest rate environment in Sweden and in Europe is a challenge. And number two is regulation. Regulation, Solvency II will impact on all insurance companies in Europe. And specifically for Sweden, we have another issue around an unclarity around Solvency II or occupational pensions regulations.
The main challenges for the insurance industry are definitely, in my mind, regulatory ones. Solvency II, occupational pensions, distribution, etc.
One of the biggest challenges, as I see it, is the distribution. We could hear from some of the presentations here today about new regulations, how it's going to affect the companies and the external distributors. And I think that would be one of the biggest challenges in the future.
When it comes to the low interest rates, it's about the business model, because growth is implicitly or even explicitly a part of the business models. And when there is no growth, you could try to search for yield in other types of assets, or you could try to do the best you could with negative interest rates. And I would say this is a challenge both for life insurers and P&C insurance.
I would say the ones I mentioned, they affect the way insurance companies do business fundamentally. When it comes to Solvency II, the way they manage risks, etc. When it comes to occupational pensions, what rules should govern the way you provide occupational pensions. And distribution, what rules should govern the way you advise people on insurance and the way you sell insurance to people. Those are very fundamental things for insurance providers to know how to run the business in the long run.
Partly we need to make sure that we can have an own distribution that is big enough and strong enough, and also that we can have a number of scenarios that we can work with, so we also have access to external distributors.
I think what we see, there's a lot of legacy in the systems. There's a lot of acquisitions been happening in the Nordics for last 10 years, and last 20 years. So there's a lot of complexity in legacy systems, and at the same time a strong push to drive these operations effectively. And at the same time, we see a lot of change happening in terms of customer experience, customer demands, in terms of different channels, whether it's digital or call center. So there's actually both one pressure on cost effectiveness and running operations effectively, and at the same time being more sort of appealing towards customers. So I think we're doing both here in the Nordics. We're helping a lot of insurance with our core systems, but we're also doing a lot of transformation projects. So for us as an IT provider, I think it's a very exciting time.
If you look at customers, now technology has penetrated into customers' lives, be it mobile, be it Facebook, be it your Fitbit devices that people wear in their hands. If you look at insurance perspective, insurance today are looking at how do we use those technology in motor insurance, in car insurance, in home insurance, in health insurance and so on. How do we take advantage of this technology to serve the customers better in their lifestyles, in their insurance requirements? I think for consumer it means better services, better premium, and an ongoing advice from insurance companies to deal with their uncertainties. I think we have started seeing experiments. Now insurance companies are turning experiment into real business models. I think it's not a step transformation, but a continuous changes that we are going to see for customers to adopt this and insurance companies to respond to that. Today we look at connected car and telematics progressing well in the industry. I think connected health is coming into our lives. That would be the immediate next area where we could see the investment. We also see connected home, where home automation and other technologies can help improve the lives of the people.